What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and today I'm bringing you guys a build breakdown for Sevarog. Sevarog is the new jungle tank that recently released this past week for Paragon. One thing to understand with Sevarog is that he thrives on being able to build stacks by last hitting enemy minions, jungle camp enemies, and opposing players with his siphon ability. Each stack grants him 3 health, but he receives damage spikes at various stages of his stacks, and you'll notice a visual transformation as he grows in power. The build I'm currently using focuses on building damage early on, which allows for an easier experience when trying to gain stacks by mid-game. I've also included some flexibility to mitigate incoming damage by including physical and energy armor cards as well. You may find that a particular opponent is dealing quite a bit of damage, so having that additional armor for those cards allows for that flexibility and allows you to go in and kind of be disruptive to the enemy team. In a very similar fashion as Steel, the jungle build that I have doesn't focus on potions early on for Sevarog. The majority of my early game consists of jungling and collecting amber from harvesters, so I run with a brawler's key as my initial purchase, and I'm planting harvesters like clockwork at the 3-minute mark, 6-minute mark, and if I can get into that interior one near prime at the 9-minute mark when they appear. This also means that I'm kind of roaming around and trying to help out different teammates in lane, be it whatever side I'm on at the time. Either any lane where I see an opportunity to kind of go in and go for a gank, I try to do that as well. Now, I'll typically recall back to base when I've earned between 6 and 9 points of card power. I'll put in a major strike on my brawler's key and then select my spiked bone plate or thorned greenweave as the next card, placing another major strike in the spiked bone plate or the greenweave. If there's a physical or energy damage opponent hitting pretty hard this early on, I may put on a greater guard or a greater barrier on the bone plate or greenweave, depending on what the ADC on the opposing team is doing. This should all occur before the 10-minute mark or so. Now, the extra damage, again, this early on helps eliminate those minions and jungle creeps as you go into the mid-game, and it'll help you build those stacks so you can gain additional health and additional damage with those stack bonuses. Now, if everything is firing on all cylinders, I'll max out my spiked bone plate or the thorned greenweave first with some additional damage with either strikes and major strike. The next card I typically place when I'm going back and immediately try to max out is the Chrono Spike, which I have between 24 and 27 points. So I'll go back. If I have 6 points, I'll put in that Chrono Spike, which will allow me to get some mana, some cooldown reduction. And I placed 3 basic mana upgrades in here so I can get the fully upgrade bonus, which is an additional 5% cooldown reduction. And then that mana is really going to last me quite a while so I can engage and stay engaged with a lot of opponents without having to worry about, potions or anything like that. So that's kind of how I offset the potions, at least from a mana potion standpoint, by about 15 minutes or so. By late game, my next card purchase is either Swift Creek Heart or Pendulum of Lords. Swift Creek Heart is a 4-point card where I slot 3 kinetic upgrades or 2 kinetics and 1 health. Slotting health means I'll have an additional 600 health when the card is maxed on top of the health I've accumulated from stacks. So you guys will see as a part of this build, I can not necessarily super hardcore on the physical or energy armor, but I'm adding to that health pool, which additionally plays into Sevarog's role as a stacking hero in the game. And Pendulum of Lords is great as an alternative because it does a bit of everything for my late game. I get more mana, additional cooldown, raising my total to 7.5%. Again, we have the Chrono Spike there, which has the fully upgraded bonus. I typically slot 1 advanced chrono to bolster my cooldown percentage to 15% and 2 health cards for some additional survivability. Now, maxing out Pendulum of Lords means I'll have an additional 2.5%. So all in all, this card is helping me get to 17.5% of total cooldown reduction for this specific build. This build really plays into being a versatile tank that can dish out a bit of damage, can take a bit of damage, but can also be very disruptive to enemy opponents with your stun and your ultimate, which knocks them back towards, or at wherever you want, really. And then the extra health goes a long way towards increasing your survivability and allowing you to properly set up teammates. So hope you guys enjoyed this build breakdown. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Plenty more videos on the way. And until the next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. Did you enjoy this video?
It was hot. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this video. If you enjoyed this video, what do you think they should do?
They should like and subscribe. Is that too much?
I was, you know, on a scale of like 1 to 10, that was probably like 8. You bring it down to a 5. What's your 5?
Bring it down a bit. Like and subscribe.
That was like a 3.
I got it. Like and subscribe, guys.